when is the right time to tell someone that we're dating, we're engaged with, and maybe that's even too late, about our sexual history? Like, when is it too much too soon? And when does it become maybe withholding the truth from them?
Well, there's kind of two answers that I want to give to that question. And one is, um, your spouse or your future spouse does not need to know all the gory details of your sex life and your history that you're bringing in. That can do more harm than good. And there's sometimes, there's this concept in theology called scrupulosity, where it's this idea that I just need to be so authentically vulnerable about my sins that I just put it out there at all costs. And that can be really harmful and really punishing for people. So you have to understand that, okay? Because that's not the goal. The goal is, how do I find health and healing and a positive direction forward with this person I want to spend the rest of my life with, okay? And not for me to just cleanse my being of all the things that I feel like I'm supposed to put out there, because I don't want any secrets from my spouse. I'm not proposing that you hold secrets, but I am proposing some empathy, that you would get a sense of what that feels like to hear that on the other side. And then my other part of the answer is that you want to do that with a trusted counselor or a marriage minister or a marriage champion of some kind, a mentor. And we find that to be most effective when you're using an assessment tool. And we have a tool called the SYMBIS assessment that a lot of churches and pastors and counselors use. We also have one that you can do on your own called Better Love. But I'm suggesting you do this with a counselor, somebody that's trusted, that can guide you through that conversation, because it's dicey. It can get really dicey if you don't know what you're doing. And just to kind of blurt stuff out there thinking, oh, this is what I need to do because you need to know this stuff, maybe not. And so you want a real pro that is your kind of your Sherpa guide along the way.
Yeah, I think that's so good, because we can, I think often in dating relationships or engagements, this happens in kind of a more emotional way of like you said, I just got to get it all out there, and we maybe overshare, we get too into the weeds and into the details. It can do more damage than good. And so that desire, I think, to be fully known, to have someone have a good understanding of you is really healthy. And something I might encourage along those lines is talking it through with that friend, trusted advisor, even a counselor first, to just say, hey, I really care about this person. I really think we have a future together, and I want to open up this door to my life. Here's what I feel led to share with them, and actually share that with another person that you trust first, and ask them, is this too much? Is that too deep? Is it, on the flip side, is it too vague? Am I so glossing over everything that I'm actually going to create more questions than I create, knowledge and awareness? So I think if you can do that purposefully, knowing you want to do it for the goal of health and for that mutual knowledge and trust, that's good. But there is a way, as you're bringing up, Les, that can really be over the top, that then someone is maybe struggling with thoughts and images about your past that just isn't going to help the relationship moving forward.
Well, unless you talked about it, that going to a professional, we talk about this a lot with disclosure in our groups, that if you haven't processed your story and don't understand all of the important pieces to it, you may end up doing this staggered disclosure where little bits come out over time, and the trauma, like research suggests that the trauma that partner is receiving is significant at that point, just getting these slow cuts over time. And so reaching out to a professional, being in a group setting, going through a resource that helps you make sense of your story before that disclosure happens is going to lessen the damage overall. Though it's important to know that there will be damage when that sort of information comes out. It's, if it's received well, then maybe we need to explore some of where the partner is at as well, but it's not going to be an easy situation.
Yeah, exactly right. And the key is to think, what is the end goal? What is the purpose of doing this? Is it just to lighten my load and free my burden? No, that's not the goal of this, right? The goal is to build a healthy relationship so there's a sense of understanding. And as you said, Nick, you said to be known, right? You want to be known. And I would add to that, accepted. You want to be known and you want to be accepted. And so you're not doing this in order to like test them. Well, will you accept me if you know this crazy dark secret about me? It's really delicate. And so anyway, yes, you want that professional guide to help you through it.